morning.
I feel like we're really quite matchy style today, except different colours.
Yeah, bombers, t-shirt, jeans.
Yeah, my t-shirts, I've had a bit of a mare with my t-shirt though, hence why it is going to be 20 degrees today, but I will not be able to take this top off.
So you're going to be boiling hot all day?
Yeah.
I love this though. Go on, tell me about it. It's just for sex. It's just reminded me of something that I've got for you.
Oh, yay. So it's from Just Next, but I got it at the outlet place, and she said, I was like, I like it, but it's a size too small, but I was like, it's fine, that's fine, I can get away with it. So I do quite like it. And what the hell is that noise?
It's John's coffee machine.
Oh, okay,
It literally has got.
So we are in different locations today.
We are, so we're at mine, which we're right in the middle of a building work, so you can hear random noises going on.
That's fine. Does it just make itself a coffee? Like, what the hell? Like, what is it doing?
To be honest, if you're sitting in here on your own and you're in silence, it does scare the shit out of you.
So do you know what happened at 3 o'clock this morning?
Oh God, please don't tell me this, like fire alarms went off or something.
No. Tommy's Tony started to play.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anyone's got a Tony box, but it only starts to play when you press the little ear things on it. And yeah, it just randomly started to play at 3 o'clock this morning. Tommy was completely passed out.
So did it wake him up?
Didn't wake him up, woke us up. Well, woke Steve up randomly, didn't wake me up as much. I woke up on the aftermath of it, going, what was that? And Steve went, Tommy's Tony. And I went back to sleep thinking that Tommy had woke up and Steve had been with him and put his Tony on to get him back to sleep, which has never in our life happened before. But I thought maybe that's just a thing. And then this morning I said to Steve, I was like, why did he want his Tony at 3 in the morning? He was like, he didn't, he was fast asleep. It just came on and started playing.
Oh my God, that is freaky.
Because 3 o'clock's like the witching hour, isn't it? So that's a natural thing.
Oh my God, now you're freaking me out.
Yeah, anyway, back to the coat. So the coat, was in the shop and she told me it was £20, but then when I got to the till, it was 40 something pounds, and I was like, no, and then she let me have it for 20.
Oh my God. Yeah. Right. I couldn't help but buy this for you. I'm just going to show it to everybody on the camera just quickly because it is actually a leopard print lint bunny.
It doesn't get much more made,
It doesn't get more hairy than that. But what I did left to myself about was, right, I saw it, I bought it.
You ate one?
No, I didn't eat one, but then I was laughing all the way home because I bought a present for you, an Easter present for you. Didn't think to buy one for your 5-year-old son.
That's all right.
I literally just bought one for you.
That's absolutely, I'm fine with that. I don't feel like Tommy needs one because they get so many eggs at Christmas Eve, so it's ridiculous, and he doesn't need one.
Oh, yeah, I saw it and I was just like, that I've got to get that because if anybody needs that, it's you. A leopard print lint bunny.
It's like I'm a little mascot. Oh, thanks, love. Yeah, thank you very much.
That's all right.
So how's your week been? It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? We've not done one.
Yeah.
We're behind ourselves.
Well, I've had a lot on because it's been all birthiness here for me. Well, it's been what do we have? Mother's Day, then our wedding anniversary, then Alfie's birthday's all in a row. It's all in like within 3 days of each other.
Oh my God, did I miss your anniversary?
It's alright. No, don't worry. It's all blurs into one basically because it's always Alfie's birthday.
Is it 31st?
31st.
Totally missed it, I think.
Don't worry. And we celebrated by, as you know, we went to Ocean Colour Scene. Woo! We made it.
Yes, I think maybe I did say happy.
You probably did say happy anniversary.
So how was it? Was it good? Did you meet your idols? Did you recognise them? Did you know who they were?
We didn't meet them, but my highlight of mine evening was when I messaged on our Instagrams and you uploaded it and the official Ocean Colour Scene liked the post.
Liked it, yes, I forgot about that.
All night when I was watching them, I was waiting for a shout out, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But we were laughing, me and John, so much because the age of the clientele at the gig, John was like, I've never been to a gig like this. I was like, oh, shut up.
Was it, our age or older?
I'm going to go older.
Older, okay.
I feel like John and I were kind of some of the younger ones there. Although it was nice because there were some families where they brought their kids. Obviously, kids were younger than John and I.
Hi, Hannah. The 80-year-old parents taking their 40-odd-year-old children.
So, yeah, but no, I really enjoyed it. I did know every word, that, all those songs that came back to me. And They were, I mean, the guitar duo that they've got going on, and it was really good. We had a really nice time. We went for some food at Istillo's, and that was really nice because we hadn't been out together, just two of us, for ages. So yeah, we had a really nice time. Thanks. It was lovely.
I wanted to go to Istillo's on Saturday night, but we're not going there now. We're going to, I want to say Lucarelli. No, what's the one opposite? The Italian. Outside. It is lovely.
I've not been. Is it directly opposite Istillo's?
The outside one on the corner. I don't know.
I can't think.
Lucarelli's or something. Lucchini's. I don't know, something like that anyway. But Adam and Karen went into Birmingham, I think even last week or the week before, and they went to Istillo's and then went to see the guy, I can't remember his name. Honestly.
Comedian.
Yeah, comedian. I said it was brilliant. So then I was saying to Steve, when we go on Saturday, I was like, we should go to Steve's because I've got you get the thing.
Yeah, you want to go.
But because we're going with Adam and Karen, we can't really go. It's a bit unfair to go again. So we put it out there and then we let them choose, which is fair dues. Because I wouldn't want to probably go the week after there if I'd already been.
Yeah.
But we'll have to go back. We're going to see a comedian as well on Saturday night.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Honestly, what is wrong
He's
with
that
him?
good. But...
He is really good. He's the one that massively insults everyone in the audience.
God, see, that makes me really uncomfortable.
We are so far back. We're at the car park, I think.
You won't be after a shout out then?
No, absolutely
not.
You
won't be messaging?
No. What is his name now? Paul Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The clothes, but different.
Like the clothes, but different. He is really funny. So I'm looking forward to that. Child-free night. Tommy's having a sleepover at Nana and Pops's. So, and we're going out about 3 o'clock. We're doing the day drinking.
Oh, that'd be
day
nice.
drinking, meal, gig.
Oh.
Gig, and then home.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So we did that, and then we had with birthday celebrations. Obviously, it's a little bit different these days when you are celebrating a 12th birthday to when you are celebrating a 6th, 7th, 8th birthday, because the main element of his day was that, because it was midweek, was Domino's Pizza. That was the sort of thing he wanted, and to go play football with his friends. Oh. So pretty much we didn't see him on the actual day for about an hour because he was at school. Oh, and then on the Sunday he wanted to go out, obviously exploring as he does, into Birmingham with the sushi. No, this time it was bubble tea thereafter, and a Nando's. So it's bubble tea and Nando's, and me and John could not sit anywhere near them in Nando's. They had their own booth, and we had to sit quite a way down, although we obviously still had to pay. Yeah. So you still have to fund the adventures, but you're not allowed to be part of the adventures.
Did they go in on the train or driving?
We did go in on the train in the end, because I had already gone into Birmingham on the Saturday, and the traffic, I was literally trying to get into Birmingham to pick Charlie up from somewhere for about, I think it took me about an hour and 45. Yeah. So it was ridiculous, and I thought there's no way we're going to do that. So we did go on the train. And that was an adventure in itself. On the way back, let's say they were a little bit wilder than they were on the way there. So one of them got stuck in the toilet. Okay. They were swinging off the bars. But the train was really quiet and it was okay. But they were really good, and we did have they had a good time. Yes, it's a little bit different parties, and you don't have all the kind of the party problems with the invitations and who's going to get back to you and the party etiquette and all of that sort of thing. You don't really have that, because you just kind of text the parents directly. Yeah. Which is a bit of a relief, because it can be a bit of an issue, can't it?
I just noticed I've still got the label in my top. Sorry, that's why I was a little bit distracted. Well, we were also at a party on Sunday. Oh. Yeah, for Tommy's little bestie. His mum and dad did the most amazing job. They took, I think it was 9 of them, to the cinema to watch the Minecraft film. She is a teacher, so she's totally okay with that situation, like with multiple children. I offered to stay and watch the film with them to support, but she was like, no, you just go into Ventura, have a couple of hours to yourself. But I said but I did offer, and she said, yeah, can you come back and help us get some of the kids to McDonald's? So all was fine. I mean, bless her, afterwards she was like, wow, that was intense.
Oh my God,
they're 5 years old.
So
but what I will say is they're 5 years old, and They were living their absolute best life, and it was wonderful to see. So I went and picked Tommy up and one of his little friends in my car, got to McDonald's, and then another mum came, I think with 2 or 3 children, and then we waited for Rachel and her husband to come with the rest. Now, if I was to ask you a question, McDonald's, right? What is your expectations when you go to McDonald's? If it was just say you, Steve, and not Steve, obviously that'd be weird.
Okay,
you,
that
John,
would be weird.
and your mum. Like if it was just you, John, your mum, and you went to McDonald's, what would your expectations be?
Of the food?
Just of the environment.
Oh, if I went to McDonald's, I mean, with my mum for a start, that would be weird.
Thank you.
But if the 3 of us randomly in some weird world did go to McDonald's, I'm expecting a fast food joint that's loud, packed with kids, with very salty food.
Yeah, okay, pretty much tick, tick, tick. Like everything about that is correct. And I think that would probably be 99% of the population would also give the exact same description.
Okay.
So the weather was okay, decent. So we decided, like Rachel said, maybe we'd get a table outside and, you know, because obviously it might be a bit easier than having them inside. So in Tamworth, McDonald's, we had there was 2 chairs, a round table and a square table. I don't know why that's important. And like the boys, Tommy and Austin were there, like living their best life, and then this lady's come along with the other kids, and then more kids have come along. And there was a woman sat sort of like on the table opposite Tommy on her own, and she kept doing the whole look around thing, but I thought she was obviously looking for the people that were bringing the food out. And then they did. So I think it was a mum, dad and daughter, but the daughter probably would have been around 17, 20 years old, like around that sort of, she wasn't like a kid. So they come out and sat down, and then all of a sudden Rachel's come with the rest of the gang, and the kids are like, bah! You know, they've been in a dark room for a couple of hours. It's his birthday, they're 5 years old, they're so excited. They're in McDonald's, the Happy Meals are on their way, like you can't get much better than that. So Rachel's gone inside to deal with it. I'm there with Josh's dad, and there's another 3 mums there as well. So we're all there kind of like talking, like going to the kids like, guys, shh, like quieten down a little bit, like that. But then still, it's McDonald's on a Sunday, get a grip. So this girl's come over to me. I've turned around and she didn't say excuse me or something. I was just very aware that there was a woman like stood right next to me. So I'm like, oh, and then she's gone, can you just like turn the volume down a little bit? As if she was Ross off Friends doing the thing. Yeah, and I laughed. I went, and then I realised she was being deadpan serious.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you just don't even know what to say. So I just went, yeah, I will absolutely look for the volume button and attempt to turn that down. And she went, thanks. And then walked up and sat down. So then I turned around to Josh's dad. I was like, she's just asked us to turn the volume down on the children. And he was like, what? And I went, I don't know where she thinks she is. She's in McDonald's.
Outside also, it's not even like you're inside, you're outside in the open air, surrounded by cars.
Yeah, it's on an island. You know, there was a boy racer that came, I don't know if you still call them that, but there was one that came out, boom, boom, boom. I was like, are you going to tell him to turn his music down before he drives out the car park?
Oh my God.
If you want a restaurant, head off to a restaurant.
There's Marks and Spencer's next door.
You clearly more M&S people than Mackey's. Like, let's be honest. Yeah.
Oh, that would rile me up.
So at that point, I didn't. I was
bet you were like, guys, let's be louder.
Like, what can we do next, guys? Let's sing a song at the top of our voices. Yeah, it really was.
Oh, that's not on.
I was like, know your environment. Like, and don't get me wrong, you know, we will go places that are nicer. Like, say, you know, we went to Pizza by Golly a few weeks back after we talked about it, then I had to go. And it's the first time Tommy had ever been, and he was really, really well behaved. I was fully aware that there was a couple next to us. So if he was going a bit like, I go, Choppy, just be quiet a little bit because we're in a restaurant now.
Yeah.
And he would absolutely. And I understand because that is that environment. But other than them being a little bit chaotic and me going, guys, come on, like, quiet down a little bit. And at one point, I went really loud. So like, Chop, shh, like, just quiet down a little bit. And I was already actively doing that because I was aware they were loud. But no one else around us.
Also, they could have picked up their stuff and just gone and sat inside.
Yeah. I was really.
See, that is the opposite situation to when I was at a party with some of Charlie and his friends, and there was again about 8 of them, maybe 9 of them, and we sat inside the restaurant at the very back. And on the flip side there, one of the McDonald's ladies kept looking over, and I was thinking, she's going to come over and tell us to be quiet in a minute. No, she came over with balloons and made balloon animals.
Yeah, so
out
someone
of them,
else did this.
and all of that, and made balloon swords and stuff like that for them all, and gave them something else McDonald's related.
Yeah.
So they are expecting, because do you know what it is also, is you can't book a section for kids parties anymore. So it's kind of like, you know, what do you do? Because also you used to be able to book a section for kids parties. So in that situation, that woman would have just had to have put up.
Yeah. So they, someone else told me this, that they tried to ring and get a table and this, we don't do it anymore. But then this lady came over and was like making them all balloons. In hindsight, maybe we should have sat inside and we might have been treated more like a party. And you know, we didn't get that outside, and maybe, you know, maybe giving them swords may not have been a great idea based on their current. Yeah,
to be fair, she did do it at the end, which I thought was a wise decision. Yeah,
they'd had like little sweet bags, but they were just literally, honestly, it was such a good party, and I got really good feedback from like Tommy on how he was in the cinema, and it was, you know, it was a great idea.
Yeah.
And you know, I kind of said afterwards, I was like, you know, I wish I'd have thought about this for Tommy, because he's not the kid that likes the big, like, look at me. So a little cinema with a couple of his friends and McDonald's afterwards probably would be the idea of his, like, as soon as Rach said that they would do it, and I was like, oh, he's going to love that, like, he'll love every second of it. I, on the other hand, have got the opposite problem, that I've booked a venue that only caters for 25 people when there's 26 in the class and his non-school friends. So I'm now in a situation where some have responded and said they can't come. So I've, like, Tommy's now saying that he wants so-and-so and he wants so-and-so, and I'm trying to invite more. But I don't know where I stand, because I reckon it's like an insurance thing. I can't turn up with like 30 kids.
No, you won't be able to do that.
And then I can't turn away 5 at the door. So I'm in a real, and now there's a situation where there's only a very, very small handful that haven't been invited. But I think once I get nearer to the day, I might just find the mom's numbers and contact them directly and just say, look, I'm really sorry. I was in a bit of a sticky situation. I could only get 25 people. I gave Tommy like who to invite. And you know, there is still spaces if you want to come.
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Just do honest.
Yeah.
I think I overthink things too much with the mums.
No, do you know what? I think it's hard. I think parties, party etiquette, and all of that, it can be stressful. It can be stressful. The best party that we ever did for Alfie, well, we've done a few good ones for him, and a lot of it, the time, is when it just revolves around a few friends that it, like you were just saying about the cinema McDonald's one, that have gone the best.
Yeah.
So we, a couple of years ago, we'd just come back from holiday pretty much the day before his birthday, and he'd said he didn't want to do anything. And then all of a sudden, of course, he woke up on his birthday morning and was like, what am I doing for my birthday? Well, you didn't really want to do anything. We haven't asked you so many times. We've just been on a massive holiday.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I want to see my friends. And I was like, oh no. So I messaged all the mums and said, is there any chance that tonight, this evening, anybody can just turn up, play football for an hour in the park, and I get them all some Domino's pizzas? And that's what we did, and they had the best time. They all played football in the park, and then it started to rain, so I brought them all back here, and they all had Domino's pizza, and he was like, that was the best thing, that was the best party ever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it was pretty much free. We spent hundreds on parties before that.
That's a good shout, isn't it?
And it's just, you know, and it's all right if you like football, or, you know, you can do something like that. But, you know, parties in the park, or something that's a free party, it just sometimes can be a little bit less stressful. I mean, obviously, some of the more organised ones have gone well as well, but it's the stress of it. And then I feel like also there's certain mums that are more chilled out about it all, and certain mums that are not chilled out about it all.
We've been invited to one at a house.
Yeah, well, that's
wow.
Yeah, we've been to 2 actually at houses, and I have to say both were done really, really well.
Well, no,
I've done one here.
The only reason I say wow is that I don't think, just like, because we the ones we've done for Tommy, we've only had, I think he's only had two a couple, but we've hired a hall.
Yeah.
And that in itself is like sensory overload.
Hall
I don't think
ones,
I've played in my house.
Yeah, all the hall ones I've done. I think Charlie has always felt overwhelmed. He just really, I think it's all of the parents sitting around the outside, everybody watching. And so I think I'd never do that again.
No.
And I feel like, you know, for him as a child, it is just too overstimulating for whatever reason. I think, like you said, it's the attention on him fully.
Well, you know, like Tommy's last one, he just sat on Steve's lap the entire time. He didn't get himself involved once, but at Charlie's soft play one, and the other soft play ones that he's been to, he's been like in there running around. I don't think at his party coming up that we will be able to sing happy birthday to him. I think he'll just tell me no.
Well, I think the key is just to let him go off and have a nice time as if it's just going to soft play, and then he won't feel the pressure.
Yeah.
And then don't force him to sit and have happy birthday sung to him. They will literally just do it as the food is coming out.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want to look, he doesn't want to look. They'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. That's just the you know.
Yeah.
So at least it's not on you to worry about it.
Yeah.
The one that I did here did work well. It was, but when we hired a science guy, actually I've done two. I did the one that you came to, which was the Power Ranger party, which was fairly funny because it was like this mum and son duo.
Was it mum and son?
Oh, it must have been. Yeah. She was fairly, let's say, a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
Quite a bit older than us.
A bit stern.
She stank of facts.
Yes.
She got her, but they did get the kids up and going. They had, what's it called? Limbo. The Power Ranger doing limbo. I was just waiting for his mask to fall off.
It was,
that was funny.
It was really funny. It was interesting. It was a lot of adults just like side-eyeing each other. every something would happen and you'd just want to catch an eye contact with somebody in the room because it was a bit like, did you just see that? Did you see that as well?
It was funny. It was a little bit like a sketch show, wasn't it? That one. Whereas the science one that I had here was really good. That was a proper professional company that came and did a science activities here for about 10 kids, and they did rockets in the garden, they did smoke machine in here. I would recommend that actually. That was really professional.
Like
that was a really professional setup, that was.
So on a completely different subject, do you eat chia seeds?
Are those tiny little black seeds? They get in everywhere.
Yeah. Do you eat them?
I mean, I wouldn't go actively to buy them. I mean, I know they are very good for you, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'd say actually, I do think that I might have bought some and they're still sitting in a plastic tub at the bottom of there because every time I open the lid, they go everywhere.
Yeah, no, they do that. Mine are kept in the bag. So, have you tried them? Have you eaten them?
What, just put my finger in and eat them?
No, just.
Yeah.
So I'm really confused by them because I know they're really good for you. They don't taste like anything. They don't violate my food in any way whatsoever. Like I add them onto my morning breakfast. So I have yogurt, banana, blueberries, strawberries, bit of honey, nuts and seeds, and then I'm now doing the chias on top. Just keep layering this up. And yeah, like as you're eating them, they're fine, but it's the aftermath. So just because they're so tiny, it can be sort of like 10, 15, 20 minutes later and I'll discover one in my mouth because it never got swallowed, right? I don't know if it's just me, but they turn to Frogspawn. That's the only way that I can describe them. Like they get like a jelly around them, but
in your teeth.
Just in general, like I feel like we need to get some and add water to them, and I need to understand what happens with them because they become like a solid bit, but then like a jelly bit around the edge. Like the only way I can describe it is like Frogspawn, how that looks with a little black dot.
You really put me off them now.
Sorry, I just don't understand. I don't understand them, and sometimes when I don't.
Just here in the morning, just eating my Frogspawn for breakfast, just enjoying it.
And I can't look past that now. Every time I'm sprinkling it on, I'm like, but I don't get it. And I just wondered whether like you'd be like, oh no, I eat them all the time. No, that never happens to me.
Well,
have I got like off chia seeds?
Yeah, you've got like a weird packet.
With it, no, because I've had like 3 packets now, and it's
and
still happening. Yeah, so it's not.
I'm going to test this theory now. I'm going to actively add chia seeds. The thing is that I blend pretty much everything in my life up into a protein shake. So whatever I have just gets blended.
It gets mushed anyway. I've got my new blender. He makes
How
me
are you,
very happy.
How happy does a blender
Ninja.
make it? This is it.
Yeah.
You can do everything in it now.
So I had one.
You can do cocktails in it.
Yeah, it's trying to be healthy. No, I had the one that I've had for years, and that was fine. And then it was TikTok standard. I saw the Ninja blend one. Ninja, what's it called? Ninja blend, Ninja something, Ninja Blast. I think that's what it's called. And you can, it's like portable. But it's so quiet. It goes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well, my last one, every time I've turned it on, Tommy would go. Oh, that, because it'd be so loud.
Mine's quite loud.
Yeah, like it would be like now. He doesn't even look round when I turn this. Like, you can keep the TV on and still absolutely hear everything. But I love him, and he's green, which is obviously I'm obsessed with. So that works as well. And
I do like being able to have the portable situation. That's really worked for me, because I'll do it just before we're about to leave on the school run.
Yeah.
Whip off the blade, put the lid on, and off we go.
Yeah. That's like mine, but this is
and you can just whack it straight in the fridge. And
this is the only thing with this one. So yeah, the one that I had before, you put the blade where the lid goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one you don't. The blade's at the bottom, and then you flip it over. You can take the whole thing with you, which I don't know why you would do that. But then you flip it over, take it off, and put a base on the bottom.
What do you drink from then?
The top, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Aside.
Okay. So like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's
Alright, so you are
so I've
loving
done smoothies, and I did one the other day. I made a really nice smoothie, and Tony was like, "I want one, mummy." I was like, "Oh, you can do." So he has real milk, and he wanted just milk and strawberries, and I was like, "I wouldn't do that." I said, because that's going to be really bitter. Like, you need other bits in it. But he refused point blank. Like, it was a big debate. I'd finished my smoothie at this point. Like, I had fresh strawberries, frozen mango, frozen strawberries, a bit of honey in there, almond milk. I had all sorts in there, a bit of Greek yogurt, like loads. And he was adamant that he just wanted milk and strawberries. And I was a little bit like, well, I just feel like that's 4 strawberries. I'm never going to get that.
Oh,
like, we're just going to waste
expensive.
strawberries. And I tried to sneak some stuff in when he wasn't looking, but he caught me. So he went with it. He took one sip and went, I don't like it.
And you're like, I can't even drink that now because it's real milk.
Yeah.
You've just wasted.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
Charlie
does
to
this.
Steve, and then
I
said, will you drink it? And he went, how long's it been there? I said, just not long, about 20 minutes or something. I think it was 2 hours. I was like, can you just drink it, please? Because I can't bear to waste all that stuff. And he was like, okay. And he took one sip and he did a shudder. And I was like, just drink it. And he was like, no.
Like a dare. Drink it.
But he refused to drink it, so we had to bin it. So he's not allowed another one there.
Yeah, Charlie quite often will go, can I make a smoothie? And I know for a fact that he is not going to drink that smoothie. No matter what we put in it, he still will barely ever drink it. So now I wait until, this is going to sound really odd, if that fruit is kind of, I'm about to chuck it, or I'm going to put it in a smoothie before I have to chuck it myself, then I'll let him do it.
Yeah,
because I know for a fact that it's not going to have to. It's like, if you whack quite a bit of honey in, it's all right for him. But apart from that, it's no.
Yeah. No, I do love them. I'm getting some of things now, trying different ones.
We've booked a holiday, and I'm really hoping this time that actually we're going to be at a place where they've got that sort of like juices and smoothies and stuff in the morning, because I've found more and more liquids in the morning for me is just a better way to go. And John's trying to basically completely cut out any breads and anything because it's making him feel a lot better. So even though it's still gluten-free bread that he eats, and obviously I don't barely eat it, you see, but he's finding that when he eats breads and things like that, he's feeling really lethargic still, even though it's gluten-free.
I by this, yeah.
So for the last 2 weeks, he's been trying to cut all of that out. So I'm really hoping when we get to this holiday place that there is going to be options for the breakfast that are sort of like more fruit smoothie, juicy kind of base.
Yeah, I will do, I tend to do a lot of eggs on holiday.
See, we don't eat eggs.
Yeah, I will like
I used to love a bloody omelette for breakfast. Yeah.
But I don't, I'm like this, so I do eat carbs, and obviously with the way that I work out, I do need to eat carbs, but I get my carb intake a lot from vegetables.
Yeah.
Or I will do like a sweet potato, but I think the only thing I've been eating at the minute is wholemeal wraps, which I know you couldn't eat anyway, but that seems to be my limit, one of those. But if I was in Birmingham yesterday, I was in London the day before, and usually I would, just for ease because of the amount of stuff I have to take down with me, I'll just get food down there. But I was getting to the point where by the time I'd got home, I'd spent like 50 quid on drinks and food. And I end up, we're in Canary Wharf, so I'd end up coming down and there's like a prep there. So I'd get like a prep baguette, a bag of crisps, which is so unlike me because I would never usually eat that. Because I don't know, like I haven't got like this half hour, 30 minutes lunch, grab and go back, get back up to the room. And by the time I'm coming home, I feel so bloated. The next day I wake up feeling crap. So I've been travelling quite a bit with work lately, and I've literally I've got my little bento box, and I do myself my wrap. I'll put some fruit in, I might put some banana bites, but it's all just stuff that I've either made or is fresh. I did eat a protein bar yesterday, which I don't usually do anymore, but I think I've just discovered more and more what works for my body and what. Yeah. And I think one of the problems I had on when I went to London was I ate too much fruit. I ate loads of grapes, I ate loads of strawberries, and I just felt so bloated, because even that, like I will have in the morning my like I said, my banana, my strawberries, my blueberries, that kicks me off for the day. And then in the evening I might do some frozen mango defrosted or some frozen fruit toppers with yogurt, but that's probably like all the fruit I have. Then the rest is veg, like lunch and evening meal. But when I travel, it's psychological, it is not fact. I get hungry. Yeah. I need snacks. When I'm travelling, the thought of not having snacks panics me, so I always have some snacks. So I went with like loads of fruits. Stephen had got me some grapes, bless him, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to eat grapes all day. Like, when would I eat that many grapes on a normal day?
Grapes will make you go. Yeah. As in,
I was
like,
just
go.
so bloated. I was like, oh, I just felt huge all evening.
Yeah, I do think that it's interesting because you do think that fruit is the healthiest choice, but I do think it has got so much sugar and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so we'll perhaps have to just be careful what we have in the mornings, just to make sure we're not counteracting the whole don't eat bread but eat loads of fruit juices. But maybe just spend the whole time on the toilet.
Yeah, avoid too much fruit.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. Holiday's going to be a nice change, and it's exciting, isn't it, when you're going away somewhere? We're going on the 20th.
Nice.
And I've got the whole situation with the sun cream, because now a woman of a certain age, all of a sudden I seem to react to the sun. Don't know if anybody else gets this, but all of a sudden I react to the sun, so I have to be really careful, especially in this area, as to what sun cream I have to use. Ultra Sun, I have to wash myself every time I have a wash or a shower in Dettol soap, which has got some sort of special agent in it that gets rid of all. And if I use any of the sun cream on there, I get this really bad heat, like prickly rash. Okay. But if I use the combination of that, then I don't get that rash, and it's not all over my body. It's only here on my chest. So I'm obviously just really, really sensitive to it there. But it's only happened in the last couple of years, since perhaps my hormones are changing. It's pretty much since I turned 40.
Yeah.
I've found it. And obviously, and then there's the whole thing with being on holiday and trying to just understand that you're still on holiday with your kids.
Yeah, you're not on holiday.
You're not on holiday. You're just still doing the same stuff. And I think I've said this before, but somebody else said to me, and I think I've said to John, we've got to try and remember this. It's still 80% the normal parenting that we have to do.
Yeah.
20% perhaps could be hopefully making some sort of nice holiday memories. If we keep that in our minds, then we're not going to be shocked when we have these difficult moments, which we do have, obviously, with Alfie and so on. So we're going to try and go and remember that, the 80-20 rule.
80-20 rule, I've never done that.
I think it's a good rule to stick. For us, it is probably as
so what you're saying, 80% of the time life is normal.
Like you do it, 80% of the time you're still parenting, but perhaps in just a completely different place. You still got to deal with he's got my this, or I don't want to do that, and then they're tired. So it's still the sort of normal parenting parenting kind of stuff that you would have to do for 80% of the time.
What do you do on the 20%?
So 20% is the making memories. So the 20% is, you know, because normally you would go, when you're going on holiday, you know, before kids, 100% is in your mind, 100% is, we're going to make these amazing memories, and everything, you have a brilliant time every single moment of the holiday, because you are on holiday and you are child free and you're having an amazing time all the time.
Responsibilities.
Whereas you know, actually then you've got the 80% of the time when you're away with children where you are still looking after their needs. And as long as you, for me, it's just trying to keep that in my mind and keep it in John's mind.
Needs to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly, because I think we've done that so many times where we've looked forward to a holiday, we've spent money on a holiday, and we go away, and sometimes it can feel disappointing, especially when we have these difficult moments. And I've spoken to loads of other families and parents about it when they've, you know, especially, I think, obviously, we've got the neurodiversity kind of element to kind of consist with. So the last time we went on holiday, I had this 80-20 in my mind, and it really helped me to get my head around it. And I've just tried to really talk to John about it this time, because I think for him, you know, he's working so hard. When he gets on holiday, he wants that 100% feel. And then we can have these moments where it feels a little bit disappointing for him, because it isn't. It's actually, you've come away with your 2 children.
Yeah, life is still,
it's still life, but we're away in a different place, in a smaller place, smaller confinements, with probably less sleep. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of, but we do still have these lovely 20% where we must do, because we still want to go on holidays, and the kids ask to go away. Like, they don't know we're going on this holiday, and this week they've both been like, I wish we were going on holiday. So they kind of obviously still do want to go on the holidays. So that's what I'm going to try and keep in mind.
Well, we've got another one before you go, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think, what day are we on? Is it like the 11th?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Okay, fab. Well, I will see you then.
Enjoy your bunny.
Yeah, I literally can't wait. It's just there staring at me. I feel like I need to go and eat it straight away.
All right, then, love.
Thanks. See you soon.
Bye.
I cut it short because I thought if she